Hello and welcome to PokéSins.
Beauty and the Beast!
First off, this episode was banned for 3 years. Let's just get that out of the way.
Surf's up, dude!
Surf's up, dude.
Surf's up, dude!
Were they wearing those under their clothes? Where did Pikachu get the life ring? Misty's in a bikini again. How many people know about the Master Ball? Apparently enough for there to be merchandise in his likeness.
What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that?
Puberty.
It's just weird to see you looking like a girl.
Her short shorts and vests aren't girly enough for you?
Well, see how weird this looks!
Man up, Ash. It's an inflatable ball. Water no deeper than about ankle depth allows Ash to sink for a couple of seconds.
To protect the world from devastation.
Team Rocket do the motto alone. Between last episode and this episode, Team Rocket acquired a Gyarados submarine. Also Gyarados submarine.
Isn't this great, Misty?
You need a license to drive a boat. You also need to be older than 10.
Ash, I didn't borrow it.
You were the one who told me to come on board! Only after I saw Brock get on.
3 children steal a motorboat.
Hey, wait a second, I was only following Pikachu.
And blame it on Pikachu. You also don't steer from the top. This may seem petty, but I don't see any ladder or way onto the top either. A full collision with a motorboat doesn't damage the outside of the submarine, but causes it to sink on the spot. Inversely, a full collision with a submarine doesn't damage the outside of the motorboat, but causes it to accelerate. If they hit front on and are now headed for the dock, that'd mean Team Rocket were driving away from the dock. Why then would they say they were approaching Porta Vista? Still no visible damage to the boat, but apparently that's a frickin' sturdy dock.
First you stole my boat, and then you destroyed my dock. You'll pay for this.
We offer this girl as tribute.
This is all a big mistake!
Beginning to see why this was banned for 3 years.
You remind me of my granddaughter.
He looked at his granddaughter like that?
We don't have any money, but we...
Just occurred to me, where do they leave their clothes and Pokemon? It seems Team Rocket cannot drown.
Every time we come up with a foolproof plan, those twerps mess it up.
No way could they have seen who was piloting the large motorboat.
Now we'll have to figure out how to repair our boat.
And retrieve it from the bottom of the ocean.
Working for me ain't no picnic. I can be brutal.
We work with Jesse, so we know all about brutal.
Nice. I'd say he might want to dress his employees before setting them to work, but he probably doesn't. This woman is clingy.
What do you think?
Looks like a real dive.
This woman is a clingy bitch. Maybe they chose that restaurant because the waiters aren't half-naked children.
Jesse looks pretty good in that uniform, too.
Brock is just going for all the regulars now. I noticed that Misty put a t-shirt on. Not one of hers, though.
We'll show them we're not losers!
Where the f*** did he pull them from? Also, they look much bigger than normal.
I choose everybody!
The Pokemon League rules say only one at a time.
Pikachu and Squirtle can pass out flyers.
That's a really clever idea.
Pidgeotto can use its gust to keep the charcoal hot.
That's a health hazard.
Charmander can help out with the flame broiling.
That's a health and safety nightmare. So she didn't get massively dressed either. Pikachu's supposed to be handing out flyers. Why is he there?
Looks like everybody wants to eat in the only Porta Vista restaurant with Pokemon.
No one's thought of using Pokemon at the restaurant?
Everyone's eating at the Twerpateria.
Nice little touch. Oh, he's back on the beach now, is he? I see that being broke doesn't affect Team Rocket's acquiring any shit they need thing.
I'll add a little fuel to the fire.
I'm counting that as attempted murder. How did Bulbasaur not see that? His face is an inch off the ground.
Why don't you try looking where you're going?
I hate this place!
At most restaurants, when a waitress trips, everyone claps. Here they abandon it. I missed it before, but this woman's appearance is just f***ed up.
You'll get your money.
Yeah? Well, I want it tomorrow. And if you don't pay me back every penny, I'll just take that boat of yours instead.
Because that's how the law works.
That boat's real important to you, isn't it?
Isn't it sort of wrecked at the moment? Because of, well, them?
Don't say that, Mo. You can't give up on your dream. You have to follow your dream no matter what.
It's basically the tagline of Pokemon. Follow your dream unless you want to fob it off onto someone else.
You can't give up. Not when your dream is so close to coming true.
So close to coming true? No, it's not. The boat isn't all he needs or he would have gone by now. Nice thing to say, but Ash has no f***ing idea.
We can get the money somehow.
We'll work together.
Tried that before, remember?
I think it's a good one.
What are you doing here?
God, Ash, be more polite.
Hi, Ash. Surprised to see me too?
Shouldn't she be rushing to hug him? Or did the authorities never actually tell her that her son had died on a ship? Speaking of which, have they cleared that up? Are they still missing, presumed dead?
The annual Porta Vista Beach Beauty and Pokemon Costume Contest.
It's happening today.
If they've been hanging around here long enough to have what I assume to be the lunch rush, how is there still time enough in the day for a beauty contest?
I'd like to enter the beauty contest.
No, you're the waitress.
You should, Misty.
How does Oak know Misty's name? Where the f*** are they coming from?
Ladies and gentlemen, we're happy to announce that the Porta Vista Beach Beauty and Pokemon Costume Contest will soon begin.
How did Brock get the announcer's job? Did they not already have someone lined up on the day of the contest?
Professor Oak and I are here with our tour group, the Pallet Town Volunteer Patrol.
Feels like there is a mistranslation somewhere in there.
Ash helped out at my restaurant when I really needed help. But even more importantly, your son has been a great inspiration to me.
That's wonderful. What a relief.
Thanks, Mo.
That was actually very well written.
Now, here's our first contestant.
Personally, I don't consider this to be appropriate children's TV show material.
This is totally embarrassing and degrading, but we need the money.
Misty's outlook on it is brilliant, though.
Now let's take a look at the costume she and her Pokemon have created.
Squirtle.
Squirtle isn't Misty's Pokemon. Disqualified. Good casting of Squirtle, though. First off, one for Jessie's risque bikini. Then one for each of James's fake breasts. If they're broke, and I remind you that's the reason they're doing this, how can James afford a quick boob job? Also, James had a boob job. That action. That panning shot. Brock approves. So this episode, Brock has approved of Misty, Jessie, and James. That action. They flatly tell Misty, a child, that her boobs are too small.
And next we have...
And then everyone just moves on. Psychological scars and all.
They're from Team Rocket.
So Ash objects to Team Rocket's Pokemon entering, but not bikini-clad Jessie and James. Figures.
Get lost.
At least Coughing had fun.
And now we have a surprise guest appearance by Gary Oak, the up-and-coming Pokemon trainer, accompanied by a squad of his adoring and adorable fans!
I still don't get why he has fans.
I forgot to mention that my grandson came along with us.
So was Gary back in Pallet Town, or did they bump into him on their tour?
But I didn't come here to make you jealous of me, Ash. I came here so some of my beautiful fan club members could make you jealous of me.
Gary motherfucking Oak.
I wrote that one myself, Ashy.
Ashy?
We'll see who trashes who.
Whom? In case the first time wasn't enough, James Breast Encore.
I knew all along that you three were really from Team Rocket.
Did the uniforms tip you off? The submarine really doesn't look big enough. Also, a perfectly circular pond with a tunnel leading to the ocean. Does she run some sort of submarine fixing business on the side? And on that note, how did she actually fix it? How did she even get it from the bottom of the ocean?
Now go wreck that beauty contest and destroy Mo's restaurant.
Now we'll teach those tourists.
We'll scare the tans off them.
I can't wait till we crash their beach bash.
I get that they're sort of evil and have no problem wrecking shit up for fun and profit, but they have their submarine back. They can just leave and be free. The tiny woman did not think this through.
It's a Gyarados!
It's a Gyarados with wheels.
Just stay calm, everybody!
It's still a huge metal tank that is charging at people. I think they have every right to run away.
My son.
He's quite a boy.
One more time?
He's quite a boy.
Yeah. I see why this episode was banned.
Team Rocket is trying to ruin the contest and scare everybody away, but we're not gonna let him!
Again, like huge wheels.
It's headed this way!
So now what are you gonna do, Ash? Freak out?
Just watch me!
How slow is that missile going?
Ash, I think that looks like one of those heat-seeking missiles.
One of those heat-seeking missiles? The ones that are all over the place? How can he possibly tell from front on? How could he possibly tell it all? They're all being ridiculously calm considering there is a missile flying at them.
Use flamethrower!
The missile reacts to the flamethrower. Still doesn't explode, mind. Apparently being heated up suddenly causes the missile to return to the sub instead of, seeking the heat source. The Gyarados tank reacts to the missile. It's also apparently sentient because it closes its eyes and grits its teeth before speeding away with a maneuver impossible for a ponderous tank. Minor detail, but the missile bends. I don't care how petty that sounds, this is stupid. Oh yeah, Team Rocket is rockets. Not a mind in itself, but they launch one at people! Nightmare fuel. So did Misty win the contest? Or were the customers they didn't feed during the contest enough to fix the boat? And Doc. Wouldn't he have finances to organise and a restaurant to account for before jetting off on his suddenly repaired boat? Speaking of which, the mechanics and carpenters of Porta Vista are apparently the best in the world to fix a submarine motorboat and Doc all in a few hours.
Thanks, Mo, and good luck to you too!
Ash's mouth flapping. Did Ash's mum win? If Brock flirts with her, I'm flatly adding 10 minor. Fan service camera angle.
I think you should be very proud of your little pumpkin.
I am proud, Professor.
An honest, heartfelt moment.
Proud of my young man.
I'll give that a plus and explain why. In the censored English version, that says, first place in our hearts, Ash Ketchum. It's good to see them commending the person who stopped a missile from hitting its intended target. On the flip side, Ash is not just completely unapologetic for blowing up a restaurant and 3 people, he even got a trophy for it. Minus 109. While it's no mass murder, it's still worse than Ash's first illegitimate badge.